Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you all are doing really good. So in last class we were discussing about what is standard costing. So chaliye, let's make a quick revision what is standard costing and then we are going to move ahead. So what is standard costing? But so I told you standard costing is that cost which a management believe should be incurred while producing any goods or services. The goods or services, the cost of producing a goods or services is known as standard cost. I told you, whenever we start manufacturing any product, on the basis we do some tests and trials. And on the basis of test and trial, we do an estimation that what will be the cost of the production of the goods or services. So the standard costing refer to the cost that management believe should be incurred to produce a good or services under anticipated conditions. Cost control leading to cost reduction should always be the objective of any firm or institution while scale resources are used. But so you all know, for any organization, the main purpose, the sole motive is to maximize the profit. For any organization, any company, the motive is to maximize the profit. And how can you maximize the profit? By controlling the cost, by reducing the cost, by eliminating the wastage. And this standard costing will help you in controlling the cost or reducing the wastage so that you can maximize the profit. So that बच्चों you can maximize the profit. So बच्चों and how it is going to help you बच्चों I told you suppose you have set a standard that to manufacture a product the cost should be rupees 100 and in actual the cost you are incurring is rupees 110. Now you will make efforts, you will find out the reason that why the cost is coming more than the standard. You will try to solve the reasons and you will try to control the cost. So बच्चों cost accounting in this standard costing will help you in cost accounting. Standard costing will help you in cost reduction and maximizing the profit. Even if the firm can sell its goods or services at a very remunerative price, it could still try to reduce the use of factors of production without sacrificing the quality of the product or services. बच्चों the standard costing will help you in controlling the cost and reducing the wastage without sacrificing the quality of product. The quality of product should always remain same because if the quality of product will reduce, automatically the sale will reduce. So through standard costing, we will able to control the cost without reducing the quality of product. The best way of doing this is to constantly think as to whether the cost should be further reduced. But the first step is to try to see that these do not go beyond our level determined beforehand. But so every organization always try to reduce the cost so that it can maximize the profit. But first of all, we have to set a standard that our maximum cost should be rupees 10, 100, 1000, whatever standard we have set. And we should try to control the cost on the basis of that standard. If this approach is adopted, that is, if any attempt is made to ascertain beforehand what cost should be, and a further attempt is made to see the actual cost do not go beyond this level. So, bachcho, first of all, you should set a standard that your cost should not go beyond this standard. Suppose you have set a standard of rupees 100 per unit. So your cost should not go beyond rupees 100 per unit. And then you should compare the standard with actual. You should compare the standard cost with actual cost. Your actual cost should not be more than the standard cost. Suppose a worker normally work 8 hours should produce 20 units for a wages of rupees 20. The proper labor cost is 1 per unit. But it is saying, suppose a worker normally work for 8 hours and produces 20 units for a wage of rupees 20 per day. A worker is working 8 hours per day, and in 8 hours the worker is producing 20 units, and we are paying the wages rupees 20 per unit. So we are paying total wages of 20 for 20 units. It means we are paying rupees 1 per unit. Suppose for any region the worker produces only 12 units. Suppose for any region the worker produces only 12 units. Now, normally the payment of 20 will be spread over 12 units. Now, one would say that the cost of labor per unit is 1.67. Now, one would say the cost of labor per unit is 1.67. But as per standard costing, one would say that the labor cost is rupees 1 per unit. 8 units are not being produced. Therefore, one unit at the rate of 1, that is rupees 8, there is a loss of rupees 8. So if you are studying standard costing, you would say that we are facing a loss of rupees 8. Now the management will try to see that why only 12 units are produced by labors per day. As per standard, the labor should produce 20 units per day. But in reality, the labor is producing only 12 units per day. So now the management will try to find out the reasons. That what are the reasons that labor is only producing 12 units per day instead of 8? Now management will try to motivate the labor. We try to increase the efficiency of labor so that they can produce 20 units or more in one day. This amount should be charged to a separate account. This account should be shown as a separate item in the revenue of the firm so that management will know at the end of each period the extent of losses that have unnecessarily taken place. Bachcho, this amount should be charged to a separate account. Whatever amount, that is 8 rupees loss. In this example, we are facing a loss of 8 rupees. So this 8 rupees should be charged to a separate account, and this account will be shown to the management so that the management will come to know that there is a 8 rupees loss because of labors. Now the management would try to find out the reasons, and as per that the management will take the appropriate decision. Got my point, everyone? This really is the essence of standard costing, to set the target of cost, try to achieve those targets, compare with the actual cost with the target, compare the actual cost with the target to ascertain the region and to record the region in the books of account, or if a regular record is not maintained, at least to bring the monetary effect of various factors that have operated in the organization to the notice of the management. Thus, standard costing is an excellent system. Standard costing is an excellent system of control of cost and of measuring efficiency and of improving upon it. So, बच्चों, in standard costing, you will set the target, then you will try to achieve the target, then you will compare the actual cost with the standard cost. The manager will try to find out the regions, and manager will try to solve the regions, and it will try to control the cost and reduce the expense. So, बच्चों, this is your standard costing. Got my point? Shall we move ahead in standard costing? I'm sharing the PPT now. CIMA, that is Chartered Institute of Management Accounting. So Chartered Institute of Management Accounting defines standard costing as a control technique which compare standard cost and revenue with the actual results to obtain the variances which are used to stimulate improved performance. बच्चों, as per Chartered Institute of Management Accounting, standard costing is a control technique. In this, we compare the standard with the actual cost, and if there is any variance, then we will try to improve the performance. We will try to find out the region of variance and try to improve the performance so that variances can be removed. Process of standard costing. How this standard costing works? What is the process of standard costing? Setting of standard. The first step is to set the standard. And how you are going to set the standard? Where we are going to set the standard on the basis of tests and trials. Ascertainment of actual cost. Then we will ascertain the actual cost. Actual costs are ascertained from books of account, material invoice, wage sheet, salary slip, etc. Then we have standard cost, we have actual cost. We will compare the standard cost with actual cost so that we can get to know if there is any difference or variance. We will compare actual cost with standard cost to find out the variances. Investigate the reason for variance. Now the management will try to investigate the reason for variance. And on the basis of this, performance is evaluated and appropriate decisions are taken by management. So, bachcho, if there is any variance between standard and actual cost, management will try to find out the reason. Management will try to evaluate the performance and then management will take the appropriate decision. Disposition of variances. Variances arise are disposed of by transferring it to relevant account. But to whatever variance arise, I told you that variances are transferred to a separate account. Functions of standard costing. Valuation. Assign the standard cost to the actual output. Planning. Use the current standard to establish future sales volume and future cost. Controlling. Evaluating performance by determining how efficiently the current operations are being carried out. So through standard costing, we will evaluate the standard cost to actual output. Then we will plan, and then we will try to control the cost. Objective of standard costing. Standard costing helps in increasing the efficiency and productivity because through standard costing, the management will compare standard cost with actual cost. And if there is any variance, management will try to find out the reason and will try to increase the efficiency so that productivity can be increased. Management will try to control the cost if actual cost is more than the standard. Determination of responsibility. Management will then distribute the responsibility. Supplement of budgetary control. Information to management through standard costing. The management will get the information of the variances. Progressiveness of management. Okay. So, bachcho, these are the objective of standard costing. Chaliye, let's move ahead now. I'm sharing the PPT again. Importance and advantages of standard costing, or you can say why standard costing is needed. Prediction of future cost for decision making. On the basis of standard costing, we can predict the future cost for decision making. Standard costs are set after taking into account all the future possibility that can term as future cost. But so I told you, standard cost is set after taking all the future possibility that can be known as future cost. Standard cost is used for calculating profitability from a project or order or activity proposed to be undertaken. Hence, standard costing is very useful for decision making purpose. Okay, provide target to be achieved. Through standard costing, we will get to know what target we have to achieve. We should not cross that target. Suppose if the management have told you that the standard cost of product A is rupees 100, now the employees will try to work under that target. Employees will not try to cross that target because the management will check and then the management will take another appropriate decisions. So standard costing are the target cost which should not be crossed by the responsibility center. Performance of responsibility center is continuously measured against the set standards. Any variance from the standard is noted and reported for appropriate action. Used in budgeting and performance evaluation. Standard costs are used to set budgets, and based on these budgets, marginal performance is evaluated. This is two benefits. One, manager of a responsibility center will not compromise with the quality to fulfill the budgeted quantity. And second, variances can be traced with the responsibility department or person. Interim profit measurement and inventory evaluation. Actual profit is known after the closure of accounts. That we all know, that we can get to know actual profit after the accounts are closed. Few organizations used to prepare profitability statement for interim period to arrive at profit figure. The standard costs are deducted from the revenue. Standard costs are divided into three main cost components: direct material cost, direct labor cost, and overhead. But so standard cost is divided on the basis of three important cost components: direct material, direct labor, overhead. Now let's do some illustrations so that we can get the clarity on the topic. The cost that management believes should be incurred to produce a goods or services under anticipated condition. A. Standard cost. B. Marginal cost. C. Fixed cost. D. None of the above. The answer is standard cost. Process of standard costing: setting of standard, ascertainment of actual cost, comparison of actual cost with standard cost. D. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Functions of standard costing: valuation, planning, controlling, all of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Objective of standard costing: to increase in efficiency and productivity, cost control, determination of responsibility, all of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Standard costs are divided into three main cost components, such as direct material cost, direct labor cost, overhead, all of the above. The answer is all of the above. Chaliye. Now let's move ahead again. I am sharing the PPT with you. Variance analysis. बच्चों, what is variance? बच्चों, I told you in standard costing, we compare standard cost with actual cost, and if there is any variances, we will analyze that difference. That is known as variance analysis. When the actual results are better than the expected, there will be favorable variance. If the actual results are worse than expenses, then it is known as adverse variance. For example, now listen to me very, very carefully. I am giving you one example. I am saying Standard cost of standard cost of a product. So standard cost of a product. Hundred per unit. Actual cost of a product. So in this illustration, I have written standard cost of a product is 100 rupees per unit. It means on the basis of tests and trials, I have estimated that to make a product, my cost will come rupees 100 per unit. But in actual, the cost of product is 95 per unit. But when we start making the product, in reality, the cost comes to rupees 95 only. So, bachcho, what is the difference? Difference is 100 minus 95. Rupees 5 per rupees 5 per unit. But you now tell me, standard cost was 100 and in actual we have incurred only 95 rupees. So this is a good situation or a bad situation? This is a good situation or a bad situation? Sir, it is a good situation. Our cost is less. So rupees 5 variance is adverse or in our favor? Sir, it is unfavorable. It's favorable. Now suppose, now suppose standard cost of B product is 150 per unit. Actual cost of B product 160 per unit. The standard cost of B product is 150. We have set a standard that the product cost of B should be 150 per unit. But in actual, when we start doing the work, the cost is coming 160 per unit. So, bachcho, variance is rupees 10 per unit. The cost is more or less, but the cost is more. So, bachcho, this situation is in our favor or adverse? Sir, it is an adverse situation. So, this rupees per, this variance that is rupees 10 per unit is adverse. Got my point now? Got my point? So now we are going to do variance analysis. Variance is a difference between actual performance and standard performance. When the actual results are better than expected results, then it is a favorable variance. If actual results are worse than the expected results, then it will be a adverse variance. So, first of all, we are going to discuss about material variance. So there are three types of variance: material cost variance, labor variance, and material variance. Material variance, labor variance, and overhead variance. In material variance, we are going to calculate five type of variance: material cost variance, material price variance, material usage variance, material mix variance, and material yield variance. So first of all, we are going to discuss about material variance. In material variance, we are going to calculate five type of variances: material cost variance, material price variance, material usage variance, material mix variance, and material yield variance. Terms to be used. Between material variance, we are going to use these four terms. Standard quantity. I will denote standard quantity with SQ. Actual quantity. I will denote actual quantity with AQ. Standard price. I will denote standard price with SP. Actual price. I will denote actual price with AP. Standard quantity, standard price, and actual price. Material cost variance. Now, first of all, I am going to teach you how we are going to calculate material cost variance. Material cost variance is the difference between standard cost of material used and actual cost of material. It is a difference between standard cost of material, actual cost of material. What is the formula of material cost variance? Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. For example, standard for a product. Material 100 units. Material 100 units. And rate rupees 5 per unit. But it is saying standard for making a product is material. We consume 100 unit of material to make a product, that is standard, and the standard rate is rupees 5 per unit. Okay. Now actual for a product. In actual, we consumed 95 units material and rate rupees 4.5 per unit. Calculate calculate material cost But it is saying that standard for making a product, we have set a standard that we should use 100 unit of material and the material price is rupees 5 per unit. But in actual, when we make the product, we use only 95 unit and we purchase this unit at the rate rupees 4.5 per unit. You have to calculate material cost variance. The formula, first of all, we will write the formula. Formula of material cost variance is standard quantity minus standard price. Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. So solution. Standard cost variance, material cost variance. Formula is standard quantity into standard price, actual quantity into actual price. Material cost variance. How much is standard quantity? Sir, standard quantity is 100 unit. How much is standard price? Sir, standard price is 5 per unit. How much is actual quantity? Actual quantity is 95 into actual price is 4.5. So material cost variance 500 minus 95 into 4.5. 95 into 4.5. So 427.5. So material cost variance will be 500 minus 427.5. 72.5 favorable. Because the standard cost to make one product is 500, but in actual we have incurred only 427.5 rupees. It means we have saved 72.5 rupees. So our material cost variance is in our favor. So this is how you are going to solve these type of illustrations. Okay. Now material price variance. Uh, what is material price variance? Formula is standard price into actual quantity minus actual price into actual quantity. So again we are going to solve this illustration again with the same formula. Material price variance. Standard price into actual quantity minus actual price into actual quantity. Material price variance equals to what is standard price? Standard price is 5. And what is actual quantity? Actual quantity is 95. What is actual price? Actual price is 4.5 into what is actual quantity? Actual quantity is 95. So material price variance 5 into 95. 5 into 95. I'm doing the calculation. 475 minus 427.5. Material price variance. Now 475 minus 427.5. 47.5 favorable. Your answer is in positive, it means it is favorable situation. Okay. So this is how you are going to calculate material price variance. Now material usage variance. What is the formula to calculate material usage variance? Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into standard price. चलिए material usage variance. Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into standard price. So material usage variance. Standard quantity into standard price. Standard quantity into standard price. What is the standard quantity? Tell me. How much is standard quantity? Standard quantity is 100 into standard price is 5. Actual quantity is how much? 95 into standard price is how much? 5. Material usage variance. 100 into 5, 500 minus 95 into 5. 95 into 5, 475. So material usage variance will be 25 favorable because your answer is in positive. So the answer will be 25 favorable. So bachcho, this is how you are going to calculate material cost variance, material price variance and material usage variance. Formula to calculate material cost variance is standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. How you are going to calculate material price variance? Standard price into actual price minus actual price into actual quantity. And how you are going to calculate material usage variance? That is standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into standard price. I hope you all have understood now how you are going to calculate. So, bachcho, first of all, we are going to discuss these three types of variance: material cost variance, material price variance, and material usage variance. And we are going to do some illustrations on the basis of these variances. Then we are going to start another topic. Okay. Now, first we are going to do some illustrations on the basis of these topic only. Chaliye. Let's see the illustration now. I'm sharing the PPT again. I'm sharing the PPT with you. Okay. So, Bachcho, this is the illustration. Please listen to me very, very carefully. The standard and actual figure of product Z are as under. Between actual and standard figure to manufacture a product are as under. To manufacture a product Z, material consumed as per standard should be 50 units, but in actual we consume only 45 units. To produce a material Z, to produce a product Z, material consumed is 50 units as per standard. In actual we consume only 45 units. Material price per unit as per standard is 5 per unit, and in actual we paid only 4 per unit. You have to calculate material cost variance, material price variance, and material usage variance. Again, I am repeating. बच्चों, standard material to manufacture a product Z is 50 units. It means to manufacture a product Z, we should consume as per standard 50 units. But in actual, to manufacture a product Z, we consume only 45 units. Then it is saying, as per standard, the price of the material per unit is rupees 5. As per standard, material price per unit is only rupees 5. But in actual, the material price per unit is coming 4. But in actual, material price per unit is coming 4. Now you have to calculate material cost variance, material price variance, and material usage variance. So, bachcho, this is your homework. You have to calculate material price variance, material cost variance, material usage variance. Please, everyone, take a photo, or either you can take a screenshot. All you have to do this in homework. Standard quantity 50 units, actual quantity 45 units. Standard price per unit is 5 and actual price per unit is 4. You have to calculate material cost variance, material price variance, and material usage variance. This is your homework. Please, everyone, try to do this. Take a screenshot, or you can take a photo also. In next class, bachcho, we are going to discuss this illustration. Please, everyone, try to attempt it so that in next class, when people will be discussing this illustration, you will get a clarity on this. Okay? I hope you all have taken a photo or a screenshot of this. Please, everyone, try to attempt this. So, everyone, thank you for joining. Today we have discussed what is standard costing and what is material variance. We started the topic material variance, that is a practical part. In material variance, there are 5 types of variance: material cost variance, material usage variance, material price variance, material mix variance, and material yield variance. But right now we have discussed only 3 types of variance: material cost variance, material price variance, and material usage variance. We are going to do some illustrations on this, and then we are going to move ahead. So in next class, we are going to solve the illustration. Thank you everyone for joining. Please everyone take care, stay safe, stay healthy.